First thing I'd say is nothing changes if nothing changes.
Oh my God, you took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's because we're wearing the same color shirt.
I know.
But seriously, like I had a situation with my child, and he's been battling with a lot of stuff, and it's like, I'm going to reach out and find a counselor or someone to speak to him because he needs someone external from me to speak to him and help him work through what's coming up for him right now. And so I went through the process of starting to find somebody, at the same time trying to change the way that we were communicating with him. And it seemed like things got better. And all of a sudden, without me realizing, I noticed that I'd stopped looking for that help because things appeared to be better. There was a bit of an easing in the situation. And so I stopped going down that path, and sure enough, a week later, things blew back up again. And I was like, isn't that funny? Isn't that exactly what myself has done so often in the past? And I see so many business owners doing. It's like they go through struggling for work during COVID, right? For argument's sake, not getting a lot of work come in. And so then they reach out to try to find a solution for how do I get more business? And then all of a sudden the market changes and picks back up. There's a huge demand for them. There's this appearance of like things have eased off. They stop looking for the solution because everything seems rosy until it's not. The best time to work on your business was yesterday, right? Or last month or last year. The second best time is right now. And so the first thing I want to kind of call out is right now, like are things appearing to be better or okay because things have eased up? And has the actual problem underlying that's been there for a long time been fixed or been masked? Because I think that we always need to spend time working on our business. So, Michael, it's not a matter of us just going, like what's the tip? You first need to program into that reptilian brain of ours that is so freaking stubborn and in many ways so used to doing things the hard way that nothing changes if nothing changes. The best time to market for more business is when you have more business because you have money to invest in it. The best time to focus on growing your business is when you don't have time, right? Because when you have time, you don't necessarily have the money. And so that's when you need to go and find more business. So if you're busy right now, if you're overwhelmed right now is actually the best time to invest on working on your business. And unless you make it a priority, nothing's going to change until next week, next month, next year, when the market shifts and all of a sudden you're back in that pain again, that pain that you're so used to. And then you're like, oh, now I should work on my business. Yet if you made the decision right now to start to invest even half an hour a day on reading some pages and starting to implement some of the stuff, next month, next year, right, you will be in a whole different world of reality and experience your business than you've ever been in the past, because you've forced yourself and had the discipline to change something right now, which is only going to affect change in the future.
Yeah.
But if nothing changes right now, you can't expect anything else to change.
Yeah.
You're buying into a false hope.
Yeah. And I can just hear everyone go, yeah, but I just got to do this thing. Yeah, but in my business, this thing's a bit different and I've got to do this first. And I get that. And I know this is important, but, and I can just hear it going on in so many people's minds right now. It's like, and no one is the exception to the rule. This rule applies.
We've heard those bullshit excuses before, Miranda. Like how many conversations have we heard get fed back from our sales team where someone's reached out to us that we've spoken to 6 months ago or 12 months ago that didn't want to join the program because they didn't have the time or they didn't have the money. And they rang us up 6 months later, 12 months later in a worse position going, fuck, I need this now.
I know.
And there's almost that aspect of me, as much as I really feel for them and feel the compassion, understand where they're at, because that was me once, there's also that aspect of going, holy shit, like where would they have been right now if they hadn't made the decision when it was hard?
Yeah. And what you've done in the book is writing a series of logical steps, and they follow through as they follow this step, then this step, then this step, then this step, and you'll get the result. It's a proven strategy. It's a recipe like baking a cake. Start from the beginning, go to the end. You will get some form of half decent cake if you follow the recipe. It's a strategy for success, yet it's the waiting, it's the making excuses, it's the I don't have time. You will not ever have enough time. The entrepreneurial mind is always looking for the next thing, the business owner, those things. You have to make the time. Yet it's a fascinating one that it's rolled out. It's laid out in the book. The path is there, yet it's the you got to pick it up. And the audiobook's available.
Yeah.
Listen to it in the car.